Hey guys, welcome to my review of Eli Roth's Thanksgiving. I mean, Halloween was taken, so you might as well go to the next holiday so they can have a slasher now. And it is the forgotten holiday because we don't even trick or treat and Christmas shit's everywhere. So yeah, welcome to my Thanksgiving movie review, which I will be keeping spoiler free. And let me start by saying I was mind blown this was even coming out. I saw it and I'm like, is this another fake trailer? Because for those of you that don't know, Thanksgiving is based on a fake trailer for a movie in 2007-8. It's a masterpiece called Grindhouse that was really under the radar. Everyone should see that who's a real movie fan. It plays as a double feature. It was a collaboration between Quentin Tarantino and Robert Rodriguez. In between the double feature was a bunch of fake trailers. Thanksgiving was my favorite one. It was gruesome, it was hilarious, and it's awesome. I mean, my stairway actually has my favorite movies framed like their movie posters. Grindhouse is actually one of them. So yeah, I was excited to see this. And without going into any detail, I can tell you right now, it was fun. And again, no spoilers, but this movie does start off showing the ugliness of Black Friday and what it's really become in the last few years. Which I'm glad it showed, because if you've seen my videos before, you've seen my daughter in my videos, she's everything to me. She's my world. Thanksgiving tradition, we go to grandma's and she would write me her Christmas list. And after Thanksgiving dinner, I would go to the North Pole to bring the Christmas list to Santa. What I was really doing was coming back up and meeting with my friends to do Black Friday. And back in the day, it was like a scavenger hunt, dude. It was so freaking cool. And then people like camping out for days now. Freaking shit starts at 5 p.m. when family should be home eating. It sucks for workers, dude. Yeah, it's bullshit. This movie shows that, and I'm like, wait a minute, like, does this movie actually have something to say? It did, and then it kind of didn't. It goes into slasher flick, but at the end of the day, that's what you're paying for, right? Yeah. And when it goes into slasher flick mode, it borrows from two movies, really. That is Scream, because it's like, just has characters saying little things where you're like, oh, is that the guy? Is that the guy? And it kind of feels like that. It's like Scream. But what it really feels like, more than anything to me, is I Know What You Did Last Summer. Which, if you're a fan, that's great. I don't dislike the movies. I just feel they were kind of like a rebuttal and a generic Scream, because I'm a big Scream fan. But yeah, it feels very I Know What You Did Last Summer in this movie. And not saying this movie is totally generic, because it does have some really fun moments. And also a lot of creative scenes where people meet their end. And you're like, wow, that was cool. That was cool. That was cool. The thing is, this is an Eli Roth movie. And if you know Eli Roth, he can get a little bit heavy with the gore. These scenes, they're cool and they're gruesome, but they don't have that Eli Roth, like, splatter, if you know what I mean. There's not just like, there's certain stuff here that really should have been a little more bloody. I'm just saying, if I see someone's guts, maybe they should be covered in some, not so clean. Maybe Eli Roth was just trying to, like, avoid the NC-17 rating, like you'd avoid freaking fruitcake in Thanksgiving, because that shit sucks and nobody wants the fruitcake. Don't bring that shit. Nobody likes that shit. Speaking of gruesome scenes, there are some iconic moments from like that Thanksgiving trailer that I'm like, bro, is he really going to do this? Like, is he really going to show this? And I'm just like, yes and no. I'm just saying he pulls his punch back just a little bit on some of these scenes. But it is still cool to see stuff, and I appreciate that. And I get it, bro. If you've seen the Thanksgiving trailer in Grindhouse, you can't do that in a wide release, man. But because that's what we were used to, it's like, you want to see out here? Yeah, it's kind of missing. Something else that's also missing, I have to say, I wish they made this movie grainy and old looking with like that early, like late 70s, early 80s slasher flick vibe. The synthesizer, like John Carpenter music that was in the original trailer, like the original one, that's missing here. This is clean looking. It's crisp looking. I'm not saying, yeah, it is. Still, they were fun scenes. They're scenes that are going to make you smile, make you laugh a little bit, because you're sick and you're a horror fan and you laugh at shit like that. Guilty, yeah. Also, the killer outfit with the mask, it works. It's cool. It actually is pretty cool. I like it. It's got a weird, like, eerie vibe to it. And there is also technology used here in a certain way where I get it. In a movie like this, you're going to have suspension of disbelief, obviously. But I couldn't help but feel like, why isn't the authorities trying to contact a certain social media platform to alert them of, yeah. But it's a slasher flick about freaking Thanksgiving, so let's enjoy. The writing is what it is. It's good. There is some annoying foreshadowing you're going to have to get past because it keeps getting brought up and you're like, bro, I get it. I get what's going to happen. And yeah, it's one of those. Also, the characters, you really don't give a shit about any of them. It's I Know What You Did Last Summer. It's kind of generic. Yeah, it's that. It's sure as shit ain't Scream 1996. No. And yeah, it is a fun film. It feels like we've seen it before in a lot of ways. and it just feels like it doesn't do its own thing to be its own unique thing you're going to remember 5 days later or some shit, but it's still fun and it knows what it is and it did its job. And if you want a slasher flick during Thanksgiving, why not? Guys, what did you think about Thanksgiving? Let me know in the comments. Also, please like and subscribe to all this amazing stuff that I have. It's not really amazing, it's bullshit. But still, subscribe. And yeah, thanks for watching.